Hello friends and welcome back. So first of all I would like to thank all of you that the way you have responded, it's amazing and I'm really thankful to all of you, and I hope this video series or the lecture series of research methodology will be helpful for all of you. Now moving ahead, this video lecture series, today I'm going to record the topic called research design, and this video will be in parts because research design is a big topic in itself, and here we will not be able to cover whole research design. So this video will be talking more on the introduction side of research design. So let us move on. Once again, the mandatory thing, the disclaimer that this presentation is just for educational purpose only, and all the belongings are of the respective IP owners and are used under fair use for educational purpose only. My name is Dhaval Sharat Jadhav, and if you want to write to me, you can write to me on my email, that is dhawaljadhavs@gmail.com. Now, talking about research design, the flow of today's lecture will be in this way. I will be introducing you to the concept of research, or what is research design to be precisely, if I say. Then we will be defining how research design or a definition of research will be discussed. Then there are certain important concepts relating to research design that a student must know or a researcher must understand, and then we will be moving on to the research design classification. So the first part is about introduction to research design. Now, first and the foremost thing to be understood by all of us, that what is research design. So I had always been teaching you, and I was always been letting the student understand one simple concept, that when a word becomes too difficult to understand, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to split it out into two parts. Means if we are talking here something about research design, so what we will do here, we will split the word research into two parts. One side it's research, and on the another side it will be design. And I have collected or gathered some basic definition of research here. You can see on the screen also that the systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusion. That is how research has been defined. Now, what is that? Systematic investigation of what? Of any kind of material or any kind of sources that we are tackling into to find out or to reach to some new conclusion. Now that is research. Now when I add the another definition or the another word called design into it, then what is design all about? They says a design is a plan or a drawing produced to show the look and function or working of a building or an object before it is made. So what it is? If I say design is nothing but creating a sketch on a paper how the final product will become. So now here what we are doing, we are clubbing up both the concept. One is research, another one is design, and that is how we get the concept of research design. So from this discussion what we can conclude is that what research design is. So here you can see, if I show you this portion, that what is research design? The decisions regarding what, where, when, how much, by what means concerning an inquiry or a research study constitutes a research design. It is as simple as that. Then what is research design? So in layman's term we can say that what, where, how, when, how much about the topic is nothing but research design. This says the design includes an outline of what the researcher will do from writing the hypothesis and its operational implication to the final analysis of data. You can say that it's a nuts and bolts of implementing that approach, or you can say research design lays the foundation for conducting the project. Now here I would like to draw your attention that this PPT that I am displaying you in this video is a combination of the reference book that I have already disclosed you in the last session also, and today also at the end of this PPT I had disclosed the reference book. So the whole PPT has been clubbed from various concepts that have been provided by various authors, and this is just in compilation to make you people understand what a research design is. So this was just a basic introduction. So what we understood from this slide, that what is research design? Research design is nothing but research plus design. What it says, that where, what, when, how much does it comes together as a research design. If I define research design to you by various authors, it is like as it has been defined in Marketing Research and Applied Orientation, book by Naresh Malhotra and Satyabhushan Das, a framework or a blueprint for conducting the marketing research project. It specifies the detailed procedure necessary for obtaining the information needed to structure and or solve marketing research problems. So as we have understood in the introduction of research design, what research design is, the book says that it is a blueprint for conducting the market research, that what are we going to do, what we will be doing after this step, or after first stage of the research is completed, what we will be doing in the next stage. So it is a detailed procedure that one has to follow. Same thing is defined by another author as research design is the arrangement of conditions for collection and analysis of data in a manner that aims to combine relevance to the research purpose with economy in procedure. Yeah, you have to be very cautious. Your procedure should not be lengthy, your procedure should not be costly, and then what happens, sometimes research fails in between only. So very nicely explained by the author. Further they say research design is the conceptual structure within which research is conducted. It is a framework. It outlines that this is what our outline are, and we are supposed to stay in this, and we are supposed to work in that only. It constitutes the blueprint for the collection, measurement and analysis of data. And if I put all this thing into simple word, this is the research design, or the design includes an outline of what researcher will do from writing the hypothesis and its operational implication to the final analysis of data. So that is what is the definition of research design is. Taking ahead the session, we have come up to point where certain concepts are very much important to be understood before you move on to the classification of the research design. So here I have just listed down a list of various concepts that we will be having a separate video on that, but they are very much important to understand. As I have written here, that before describing the different research design, it is important to understand the various concepts relating to design so that this may be better and easily understood, such as dependent and independent variable, or you can say extraneous variable, control, confounded relationship, research hypothesis, experimental and non-experimental hypothesis testing research, experimental and control groups, treatments, experiment and experimental units. Guys, why I'm sharing you these concepts here is because the books that I'm referring for this video, or the books that have been referred by me, they are saying that certain concepts are very much important that a student should know before he is moving ahead. So what we will be doing is, soon the next video I will be coming up with this important concepts only, and all these 10 concepts would be explained to you in that very nicely. And now the crux, that is research design classification. How the research design has been classified. So guys, understand, research design is primarily divided into two parts. One is exploratory research design, and the another one is the conclusive research design. Further, conclusive research design can be classified into two, that is a causal research and descriptive research. Same way, descriptive research can be classified further into longitudinal design and cross-sectional design. And taking it further, the cross-sectional design can be classified into single cross-sectional design and multiple cross-sectional design. Now once again,